Hi, how are you today? I'm Lilia, and I am here to help you align with your soul. So today I am going to talk to you about choice and how are we making our choices. We're going to dig in a little deeper on just the average choice that you're making in your life every day. I am pleased to bring you this information, and I'm so excited I get to share it with you guys. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is how are we making our choices? So when we go through our day to make choices, and we have a lot to make throughout the day, I want you to look at how you're making your choice. So are you making your choice for you? Are you making your choice out of fear? Or are you making your choice just out of, hey, I really resonate with this choice and I'm going to make it? So we're going to break that down a little bit more. And the next question I want you to ask is, who are you making your choice for, right? So we have our family, our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, coaches, brothers and sisters, our friends. All of these people influence us on a daily basis. So who are you making your choice for? Who are you making your choice with? And are you using those people's influences to make your choice? So the best way I can help you discern this is you use your intuition. So our intuition has been called many things over many times, right? Our intuition can be a gut instinct. Our intuition can be that people have always heard of that, oh, that mother's instinct, she just knows, she just knows. We all have that instinct. Both men and women, we all have that instinct. And that is what's resonating with who you are. So when you do your choices, if you get like this, pit in your stomach about a choice, or maybe you all of a sudden get like a cold shiver up your back and it feels like, oh, I'm not supposed to make this choice. That's your intuition to let you know, hey, I need to look at this. Maybe this choice isn't mine. Maybe this choice is based off of a family member, or maybe this choice is based off friends. That's a good way to look at things, right? We in high school, especially grade school, high school, as we move on to college, we meet all kinds of people in different situations, and so those people can influence our choice if we allow it. And that's a choice too. We can choose to allow them to influence, or we can choose to stand in who we are. And sometimes standing in who we are goes against the grain. Sometimes standing with who we are makes us feel a little like an outcast, or maybe like a black sheep of the family, or who all knows what other terms you can put on it. But standing in who you are is helping you decide, and you make your permanent choices, right? So how do we know if how do we know if that choice is being influenced by an outside source? So you slow down and you look at your choice. You slow down and you say, okay, I have choice A and I have choice B. So how does my body resonate with choice A? And how does my body resonate with choice B? And your body is going to start telling you which choice is the better choice for you based on you, not based on all these outside sources. Now, if you're having trouble with all this, I would highly suggest taking, 72 hours or longer to shut off the news, shut off the TV, shut off your social media, and just be with you. Go out in nature, take some walks, maybe play with your kids, go to the park, but just be with you and silence. And those choices you'll start to be able to feel things in the body. And you'll get more familiar with these choices that are coming through for you in your body. The other thing is meditation. And meditation can be done it doesn't have to be done sitting in this one spot and you're like, ooh, meditation. No, you can actually go on a walk and get meditation. You can go on a run. You can be sitting outside and maybe playing with your kids in the sandbox or something, like anything for you to just relax and calm down, calm the mind. That helps with your meditation. So, when you calm the space up here and you start to think, or you start to come down from the heart space and you start to actually choose your choices from a heart space, an unconditional love space, then you're on the right path of your choices. And sometimes those choices don't meet up with what other people want. Sometimes those choices take a lot of courage to actually make and say, hey, I'm going to make this choice. I am going to sit in this choice, even though this outside source, it may be uncomfortable for them. It may be very uncomfortable for that outside source to understand what you're doing. But that's okay. That's okay, because that outside source isn't living in your body. Your grandparents, your parents, your sisters, your friends, they're not living in your body. So when we make choices based on all of them, it starts to really affect who we are. And then we don't even know who we are anymore, right? So you get lost. When you're making choices for other people, we don't know ourselves. We get lost. And so that is the highest priority right now, is to come back into who you are and start making your choices for who you are. And, it takes a lot of courage to do those choices. It takes a lot of courage to make sure that you are really standing in who you are, standing in you, standing in your soul, and making these soul choices. That's how we evolve in this life. That's how we start to ascend. That's how our vibration shifts, when we are resonating with ourselves, making choices for us. And some people can be, I know some people out there are probably thinking, man, this is going to be really rough, or this is going to be hard, or this is going to be this, and you look at those statements when you're making those and just look at your choice. So you look at those statements and then you say, okay, I have a choice to stay where I'm at currently, or what I'm doing currently, or I have a choice to make a change. And then you feel it in your body and say, okay, which one does my soul resonate with? Right? It's as easy as that. Yes, some people aren't going to like some choices, but if you're making choices for all the other people out there in the world, if you're making choices for all your family or all your teachers or all your friends, or if you are making all these choices, is it something that is satisfying to your soul? Is this something that's going to help you maneuver in your life better? Or are you drowning because you're making choices based on other people? right? So you look at that. Who is making this choice? When you get down to, you know what, I'm making this choice, now you can say, okay, well, what choice is going to be the best? And you just ask. Self, high self, guides, teachers, what choice is going to be the best? And for the highest, greatest good. And then you start using your intuition and your body, and you start maneuvering those choices. As you practice and as you do the choices, it's going to come so much easier and so much easier and so much easier to you. As you move and maneuver and practice, you start gaining in your power. You start aligning with your soul's purpose here on earth, right? And the other thing you have to look at is, are you making a decision? Are you making a choice out of fear? Or are you making a choice out of unconditional love? So if you're when we make choices out of fear, it lowers our vibrations, lowers the vibrations of our body to make choices out of fear. We're making choices out of unconditional love for our being, then those choices raise our vibration and help us gain strength into our soul. And so those are the choice. So you break down now you start breaking down, is it from fear or is it not from fear? Now, I'm not saying that there may be some choices that you have to make that are, because of fear, or something happens and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to make this quick choice. And it's a little scary, but you're not coming from a place of fear. You're not standing in fear and like, oh my gosh, I have to do this because of X, Y, and Z, so I have to make this choice. So there's a different resonance in those scenarios. If we're making a choice because all of a sudden, something happened to our home and we have to make a choice to go somewhere else, that may be a little scary, may have a little bit of fear in that, but we're making that move because we have to make something happen, right? If we're making a choice just out of fear alone, oh, I have to do this, I have to make this choice because they tell me, or I have to make this choice because I'm supposed to fit in, or you're lowering your vibration just to match what other people are thinking. And we're all sovereign beings. We're all here in sovereignty. But when you stand in that sovereignty, it's about who you are and how are you making your choice, right? Not how everybody else is making the choice. And those things are a little different, right? We're not educated on this stuff in school. We're not educated on how to help make a choice. Usually we're told what to do and then we have to do it. At least that's how some things, in our society have us look at things. So it's uncomfortable to start making these choices, but they're still yours. And you get to decide what you want to do. You can watch this video and say, oh, I don't care. I'm still going to do this choice. And that's cool. And you may watch this video and say, wow, I'm going to look at my choices in detail and I'm going to grow and I'm going to see what happens. And that's beautiful also. It's everybody's choice and path. Not one is the same as the other. Everybody has a choice on this path. A choice to move however they would like to. And we honor everybody's choice with unconditional love and acceptance, right? That may not be my choice or your choice, but if somebody's making their own choice, that's okay. We love them the same. And that is what we're here to do. That is what we are here to help create in this life. Freedom of choice. The freedom to choose who you are. The freedom to choose what choices you want to make. The freedom to be you and your soul. I love you all. I'm so glad I get to bring this information to you. And if you like, please like the video. Please subscribe below. Share. I give permission to share out on however you want to share it with others. These teachings and this information, it's time for us to shine, guys. It's time for our souls to start to shine. It's time for that vibration to lift. And it's time for us to all help each other. I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I will talk with you soon.